You might know Minka Kelly as the stunning star of Friday Night Lights and The Roommate, but behind the Hollywood spotlight is a story you've never fully heard. Her journey isn't just one of Hollywood glamour, it's a raw, inspiring story of survival, heartbreak, resilience, and rediscovery. Today, we're diving into the powerful life story behind the name you thought you knew. Stay tuned, you're about to see Minka Kelly like never before. She had a complicated relationship with her father. Minka Kelly is the daughter of former Aerosmith guitarist Rick Dufay and Maureen Dumont Kelly, an exotic dancer. However, her relationship with her father was strained for much of her early life. She revealed in her 2022 memoir, Tell Me Everything, that she was primarily raised by her mother, often moving from place to place and struggling with financial instability, including living in a storage shed at one point. She said she didn't meet her father until she was a teenager, and even then, their connection was complicated. Over time, however, they worked toward building a relationship, and she has expressed understanding toward both of her parents' imperfections, sharing, "My dad and I have come a long way." She once performed in peep shows to survive. Minka Kelly has openly shared that at the age of 17, she worked in peep shows at an adult video store to make ends meet. In her memoir, Tell Me Everything, she describes this experience as the scariest part of her past, one that she carried significant shame and embarrassment about for years. She felt compelled to include it in her memoir to confront and process that shame, stating, "I felt like that was just where I had to be the most brave." She almost became a surgical assistant instead of an actress. Before her acting career took off, Minka Kelly seriously considered a medical profession. After high school, she enrolled in a one-year program to become a surgeon's assistant and subsequently worked as a scrub nurse in operating rooms for about 4 years. During this time, she assisted in surgeries and maintained sterile environments in the OR. She has mentioned that she often contemplates returning to this profession, especially during periods when acting roles are scarce. She finds confidence in knowing she has a reliable backup career and has expressed that the medical field still gives her a sense of validation and purpose. She faced early rejection in Hollywood. Minka Kelly has openly discussed the challenges and rejections she faced early in her acting career. When she first started attending auditions, she struggled to break into the industry. Casting directors often criticized her for being too green or not experienced enough. She supported herself with modeling gigs and small parts in commercials before finally landing her big break with Friday Night Lights in 2006. She later described the experience as a trial by fire, saying that being on set was where she truly learned how to act. She played Jackie Kennedy in The Butler, but almost turned it down. Minka Kelly portrayed Jackie Kennedy in Lee Daniels' 2013 film The Butler, but she almost declined the role due to self-doubt. She admitted in interviews that she worried she couldn't do justice to such an iconic figure. Ultimately, director Lee Daniels encouraged her to embrace the role, assuring her that her vulnerability would bring authenticity to the portrayal. Kelly later reflected on the experience as one of the most challenging and rewarding of her career. She learned piano for her role in Ransom Canyon. Minka Kelly undertook the challenge of learning to play the piano for her role as Quinn O'Grady in Netflix's Western drama Ransom Canyon. Portraying a former concert pianist who returns to her Texas hometown, Kelly needed to perform several piano pieces on screen. Despite not being able to read sheet music, she learned 3 compositions by memory, practicing them repeatedly with the assistance of a piano teacher in Albuquerque. Her boyfriend, Imagine Dragons frontman Dan Reynolds, also played a significant role in her preparation by demonstrating the pieces and helping her understand the hand placements. Kelly expressed that learning the piano was one of her favorite aspects of playing Quinn. She wrote a heartfelt letter to her younger self on her 44th birthday.
This is a beautiful letter.
Minka Kelly commemorated her 44th birthday on June 24, 2024, by sharing a heartfelt message to her younger self on Instagram. Reflecting on her journey, she expressed gratitude for the life she has built, acknowledging the struggles and triumphs that shaped her. In her post, Kelly wrote, "If I could have spoken to my younger self back when I was out here as a scrappy young girl at Valley High School, this is what I might say. Hey Mink, guess what? In about 20 or so years, everything is going to be okay. More than okay." She continued by envisioning a future where she would be working on a major Netflix production. There's going to be this really cool company called Netflix, and they're going to build huge fancy studios about. You're going to be shooting a big TV show with some of the coolest, Kelly expressed a sense of peace and fulfillment, stating, "For my birthday this year, it's all I've ever wanted. Peace and ease doesn't even come close to cutting it." This message coincided with the completion of filming for the first season of her new Netflix series, Ransom Canyon, a contemporary Western drama where she stars alongside Josh Duhamel. She had an abortion at 17. Minka Kelly has candidly shared that she had an abortion at the age of 17, a decision she discusses in depth in her 2023 memoir, Tell Me Everything. At the time, she was in a toxic and abusive relationship with her boyfriend, Rudy. After her mother had left town, Kelly moved in with Rudy and his family. During this period, she became pregnant. When her mother returned, she suggested they raise the baby together. However, Kelly realized that bringing a child into the same unstable and traumatic environment she had experienced would perpetuate a cycle of pain. She ultimately decided to have an abortion, viewing it as the right choice to break the generational trauma she had endured. In a 2019 Instagram post, Kelly reflected on her decision, stating, "When I was younger, I had an abortion. It was the smartest decision I could have made, not only for myself and my boyfriend at the time, but also for this unborn fetus." She has a passion for humanitarian work. Beyond her acting career, Minka Kelly is deeply committed to humanitarian causes. Following the passing of her mother in 2008, Kelly sought to channel her grief into meaningful action. In 2009, she partnered with Barrett Ward to support women in Ethiopia and Kenya transitioning out of the commercial sex industry. This collaboration led to the creation of Fashionable, now known as ABLE, an organization dedicated to providing sustainable employment for vulnerable women. She has participated in trips with charity groups to raise awareness about global poverty. She has said that giving back is something that grounds her. When you have the opportunity to use your platform to do good, you should. She's passionate about animal welfare. Minka Kelly is deeply passionate about animal welfare and has been actively involved in various initiatives to support and protect animals. Since 2015, she has served as a global ambassador for the International Fund for Animal Welfare, IFAW. In this role, she has championed efforts to protect big cats and has participated in multiple sanctuary visits to raise awareness for critical legislation. Her dedication extends to fundraising efforts for causes like the Australian bushfires and advocacy campaigns supporting the Endangered Species Act. Kelly has visited sanctuaries such as the Safe Haven Wildlife Sanctuary in Nevada, where she learned about the differences between tigers and lions and the challenges they face in captivity. These visits aim to educate the public and garner support for wildlife protection initiatives. In addition to her work with IFAW, Kelly's influence has reached animal rescue organizations. Notably, Motley Zoo Animal Rescue named a rescued terrier mix Minka Kelly in her honor, highlighting her impact and support for animal adoption and rescue efforts.